How to get, hold on, this is Austin of my hit squad, J42, Red Dragon Force, EZLN, Earth Liberation Front, and he's going to tell you how to go to Chernobyl. Go ahead, Austin.
Basically, you have to fly to Ukraine, because that's the country that's over Ukraine, Ukraine, the country, get a passport. And you have to go to the
Oh,
city
really
of,
quick. Have you heard of the Republic of Moldova, right on the west of Ukraine?
Yes. Yep.
Our team is moving there in the next 7 years. You're coming with.
That sounds like a plan.
And we're going to head, have you heard of Transnistria?
Yes. I think I have.
Seriously?
I think I have.
Wow, dude, this is so powerful. Austin is my long-lost little brother.
Oh, yeah. And then...
Master. Listen to the words of a master here.
Then you gotta, there's a small town that's outside of Chernobyl. I forgot the name, but it's a really weird Russian name. It's like Beskololov. I couldn't tell you. But you have to do an 80-mile walk, and you have to get past...
An 80-mile walk?
You have to get past...
No wonder I haven't been there. I'm elderly. I can't do that yet.
But we brought camp stuff with, and we camped out in the woods. And I'm not gonna lie, we got pretty sick that week because the radiation there is below dangerous levels now.
Uh-huh.
But the longer time you spend in it, the more you start to get a stuffy nose.
Right,
Eyes run.
right.
Cheeks get puffy.
Right.
When you're there, you just get this overwhelming sense of abandonment, like something's gone, like what used to be here. Hold on, sorry, someone's calling me. Oh, it's her.
Baby mama on the line. Austin is a proud father of 2.
Hello?
Hi.
Howdy. Where are you?
This is making sure you were there.
Yeah, I'm standing at the corner of the Capitol.
Just working on the job. I should be there in 15 minutes, so...
You're not going 15 minutes if you're coming from Energy Park. You're going to be here in like 30 minutes. Alright. Well, I'm going to let you go, okay? I'll text you, okay?
Alright.
Alright, love you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Chernobyl story.
But we noticed, and we actually got escorted and kicked out of the area by, there's unfortunately teams that are working there right now to contain the radiation. So when we were trying to get into the reactor area, which is completely encased in iron now, you can't even get anywhere into it. That's when we got caught. So we got in the truck, they drove us back, and...
Oh, so you made it through the whole 80-mile hike. I got a question.
What a day.
How did you get this information that led you to the 80-mile trek through the woods?
Joshi, he's a, what does he call it, a French exchange student.
Uh-huh.
And basically, he just knows that country. He lives in Europe. He was born and raised in France, but spends a lot of his time exploring Ukraine. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so is he. He's as French as it gets. You see...
Would you open this for me, bro?
Yeah. You ever packed him down yet?
No, I don't pack them.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Well, I quit smoking cigarettes 6 years ago, and just by holding the pack, that habit popped right in.
Why'd you quit smoking?
I wanted to do it for my son, so he wouldn't learn how to smoke,
Okay. That is righteous. That's a righteous reason.
I don't want him to pick up smoking.
In my Native American Red Road tradition, spiritual pathway, there's 4 sacred sacraments: tobacco, sage, cedar, and sweetgrass. But tobacco is the number 1 sacred, is entheogenic, life-giving substance on the planet.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, a lot of the companies that produce tobacco throw so many chemicals in it, though. It's like, why?
See, those chemicals for me are rocket fuel. Rocket fuel.
I know exactly what you mean by that. Like, basically, when they say tobacco causes cancer, that's a lie.
Yeah.
It's the paper. Sometimes it's papers or the choice of filters. It's all these little variables, really. Because the Native Americans have been smoking pipe work from tobacco. Tobacco, so much of it,
we live on it. We eat it, we swallow it, we chew it.
Look how long they
And
live
listen, you're on an 80-mile hike, right? And you don't have enough room for water, okay? You can't carry 20 gallons of water for your 4 people to make it 80 miles. What you do is you have your tobacco, and when you're dehydrated, you sit down, you pack your pipe, you get in with God, you say your prayers, and you start smoking.
Yeah.
And within about 10, 15 minutes, you start sweating so profusely, you have your sacred cup, and you bend your head down, and you fill up that cup with your own living waters in about 15 minutes.
Sounds interesting. I never thought of that. They've been learning the field of survival. We practice a lot in caves. So yeah, you definitely need to text me sometime. I'll show you any cave you want to see.
You know why the reason I stopped cave exploring? It was just told to me, and I remember that, because it was dangerous.
Oh God, yeah. It can be
Because
very-
I got into I grew up above Prospect Park, 2 blocks away from Prospect Park.
That's where York is.
Where the Stairway to Heaven. Did you ever hear about the Stairway to Heaven?
7 of them.
There's 7 of them?
It's because people are copycatting them now. The original Stairway to Heaven above Prospect Park, though, that's Ag Cave. That's where all the kids die. Kids
Yeah.
die in there all the time, man.
Well, there's this one you go along the side and you find this little entrance that's about 3 feet. It's enough to crawl through.
Mhm.
And you get to the end and there's just a black hole. But there used to be a rope. There used to be a rope hanging down this black hole. But I was not prepared I was not able to get myself back out of a 20-foot long rope. I didn't have the strength and the energy.
York. I think that's exactly what you're talking about. York. York has that same description to get in. A 20-foot rope all the way down. And it's that kind of thing where you can get down it, but can you get up it?
Right.
I couldn't get back up it.
And that's why I
all
stopped
my
cave
friends,
exploring.
They grabbed the rope and they're like, Austin, hold on as tight as you can. And like 8 of them just pulled me up. Because I'm a big guy. I have a hard time pulling myself up. So
Yeah.
never underestimate the
I'm a big guy too, and I have a hard time pulling myself up.
Oh, man,
I
never.
can't. You know what? I can't even do 3 push-ups anymore. Nice, nice
You
action.
almost died.
Nice action.
Wow.
That was an emergency.
That was almost cinematic. One car almost hits him. He almost hits into the other.
And he just glides on through.
He's like, oh, if I die, I
Like my hat, dude. My favorite hat blows off my head. Starts. The faster I'm chasing it, the further it gets away from me, and then it stops right under the wheel of the bus. And the bus driver's cool enough to see that what's going on, and I'm trying to catch the bus and my hat at the same time.
Oh yeah, that guy's a nice bus driver too. When I got on the bus from my place over at Lake Cove Views, I didn't have my
You know what we do all
go-to
night?
card. I
We
went
don't-
to tap it and it was red.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You know what we do all night on the trains? Smoke cigarettes, smoke meth, drink beer, party. People got boom boxes and we have dance parties and crazy. I go in there and I have cigarettes on me. People go crazy. They want it. They take it.
You want to have the best party of your life? I know where you can
Yeah.
have the best party. Tunnel of Terror.
What is that?
It's the biggest cave in the city.
I'm a producer of parties, events.
You could hold probably the greatest party on planet Earth in this cave. It's got abandoned haunted
See
houses.
why I go up to people with cool shirts on and cool masks on and become instant best friends?
They tend to have cool personalities. Like,
Okay, and there's a dress code. There's going to be a dress code.
I'm open to it.
You'll help me figure out what the dress code is. Do we want to go zombie? Do we want to go whatever, you know? So Tunnel of Terror.
Basically, it's an abandoned haunted house attraction. And
Where is it?
do you know where Crosby Farm Park is?
I think I do.
Crosby Farm or Watergate Marina is another one. Watergate.
You're reminding me of my hometown. You're a St. Paul boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm from here, born and raised. I just spent my teenage years in Denver. That's all.
Yeah.
But
You're a hardworking family man.
yeah, Watergate Marina should be about that way. It is. Do you know where the Mendota Bridge is?
Oh yeah.
It's in the
That's
park
Crosby
down
Park.
there.
That's on top of Crosby Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically the cave entrance. I'll just show you sometime. But you'll notice a big garage door in the cliff.
Uh-huh.
And to the right, there's a hole in the ground. Then you just crawl in. And then you get to the bottom, dude, there's haunted houses. You know, it's pretty dirty in there.
Wait, is
Weird.
the haunted house along the river?
It's inside the cave.
The haunted house is, and this used to be like open to the public.
Yeah, it used to be a tour attraction for people to pay. You pay $5 and you get to do the whole experience.
And when you pay $5, you got to then crawl in through a hole.
No, back then they had the front door you can just go through.
Okay.
We use the hole because the front door's got big welded panels on it. We cannot get those off. We've tried.
No, they're permanent.
They're permanent. Those are.
Hey, you know what? Have you ever heard of down by Harriet Island
Yep, that's where all
along
my-
Lilydale? Okay, and there's this one cave. Do you know where the junkyard is? The recycling center. There used to be a bait shop there.
Masturbators. Yeah, I love that.
Well, now the cave is massive iron doors with bolted locks on them. But I made it.
Right, Bar?
I made it one time in the early 90s to a rave in the cave. There was about 600 people. There was a 50,000
cave's
watt.
open right now.
There's 50,000 watt sound system.
Yep.
It was badass, dude.
I've heard of that party.
It was badass.
That was the.
All I remember from it is it was badass.
Sounds like the first Mauser to me, almost. The first
I have
Mauser.
extensive memory damage from psychiatric cult, the cult of psychiatry.
That cave you're talking about?
Yeah.
I was in there last night.
Are you shitting me?
It's open.
No way.
The big door,
Yeah?
held together by 2 bracket locks.
Yeah?
Take a crowbar and shred those brackets right off.
You know where I'm going to have you get us into? Do you know underneath the cathedral? Underneath the cathedral,
Selby tunnel.
the Selby Avenue train tunnel.
Yep. It's so fucking close
All
right now.
it
Have you
has.
seen it?
Oh, is it really?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Every time I went to see every time I went there, there was more security on the door. What does the door look like? Last time, listen, 5 years ago I went there, and all there was a plywood covering with Phillips screws.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
take a screwdriver and just take it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you want to get in there, you got to knock down a big wall of giant 1-ton blocks. And they stack it up.
See what my masons are doing? See what my masons are doing? Because you know what? We're gonna reopen the Selby fucking trolley line, and I don't even know where it comes out. I don't even know how it works, what it did.
What it did was the trains, it was built so trains would have an easier time getting up the hill. So it used to come up the hill on top of Selby, but since they've repaved Selby in the last, I think, 30 years, they've completely plugged the outlet up, like you can't even get out of it. So you can walk all the way to the end, but it's a dead end now because they've backfilled it.
So, I mean, basically what I expected is if I went in there, it'd just be an empty tunnel.
A lot of people used to live in there. I have some friends who live in there actually. Cause, you know,
Seriously?
They're between housing and
Squatters?
things. Yep.
I'm
And
all about squatters, man.
Like me, personally, I live in hotels. I'm just a drifter, honestly.
Dude, come on, take me to the next hotel you go. No, my place I'm at, I can't do overnights. I can leave for the day and take care of my business, but I gotta come back. It's a very beautiful situation because my house is uninhabitable. Well, no, it's not uninhabitable, but the water's turned off. The toilet is plugged, and I'm getting the water back on so I can have drinking water. But my property management company is going to refurbish the whole thing.
Oh, that's good.
But is it like tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm free tomorrow if you want to make a plan.
Yeah, tomorrow, me and you and Chad Johnson
Yeah,
go over to
see,
my house.
Just text me and
I'll have some
come right
weed
over.
for you.
I'll bring some too, so you can. Your weed's probably better, but you know.
Well, no, listen, it is the weed I have right now is the best that my entire team could source in the 48 lower states. And you know why it's so special? It has seeds in it.
Yeah.
You're too young to know what brickweed or Sexy Mexi is.
Sadly, I've never been around for it. No, you're
Well,
right.
back in the early 90s when I started being a weed man, it was all brickweed.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
I've seen
that
pictures.
is how it's done. And that is how you ferment. See, people know about all the dank nugs coming out of the United States of America are chemically induced.
RGR.
Chemically induced. It's like if you wanted to force a 7-year-old girl into being fertile.
Yeah.
And you chemically did it to her, and then she pops out a baby at 7 years old.
That's literally the exact facts of it. When like
I have a 60-time jeweler's loop with a LED light and a UV light, and for the last 6 years to the last 20 years, I've inspected every source of weed I got, and I've never seen a completed trichrome. They get this stuff. They say, "Man, it's frosty." People want it.
Have you ever seen a trichome actually wrap the whole bud? Like no, because it's chemically forced to grow out.
Yeah, and you know what?
RGR.
People get all addicted to getting stoned and sitting on the couch.
Like,
and they think, and then they get addicted to the smell. The pheromones fuck you up. Oh my God, this stuff stinks. It's skunky, icky, sticky. It's icky, sticky, skunky, and frosty. And you tip it, and little white specks come off.
That's not good.
That's not a good sign.
Nope. If I see white specks, it's throw it away. No good.
And the goddamn Minnesota medical marijuana program is a piece of shit.
What a piece of junk.
$70 it takes me to get a half a gram
Cart.
of cartridge
And it's
of
dog shit.
bullshit
That's
that
dog
doesn't
shit.
do anything to me, and it's gone in 2 days.
Literally, because like those little things have like a couple drops of juice.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the medical program in the state, honestly, fuck
It's
you
a
guys.
fuck you Democrats and your corporate monopoly on Minnesota marijuana. It's a sham. It is a disgusting sham. But you know what? I mean, I'm a little blessed because there are several thousand people that are regular customers and are getting relief.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? It's a good way to start.
Man.
It's a good way to start, but it's ridiculous. It's non-functional.
No.
It is
I tried
bullshit.
it.
But
I'm
you
a
know what
medical
Tim
recipient,
Dulce,
but-
you know what Governor Dulce said
Huh.
last year? He put out a press release and he said to all state agencies involved, prepare for the legalization of marijuana.
It'll be here in a couple years. It went through the 4th committee the other day.
Yeah, and it still has high opposition from the Republican Senate.
Fuck the Republicans. Some of them piss me off.
I don't get this. I don't get these Republicans in Minnesota.
I'm conservative.
I don't get
but
what
I don't
I'm
like
conservative
Republicans.
too. But I'm not down with the Minnesota Republican Party.
They're,
I'm not
what they
down.
are is they're rhinos. They're Republican and name only. They're not real.
The last 10 years, I've been, at times when I was able to vote, I voted all for legal marijuana, now cannabis candidates, or Minnesota marijuana candidates. Green Party.
Oh yeah, Green Party. I voted Green Party. Or voted. I was only 17 for the 2016 election, but if I could have voted, I would have voted Green Party. I voted Green Party this time around, but they didn't get enough recognition.
I haven't been able to vote the last couple votes because I was a felon for
Undisclosed.
5th degree possession of cannabis, man.
Really?
I finally got my
It's
fucking.
just weed, man.
I got
Like-
3 years probation and UAs, and I said, fuck this. I went to a few UAs, and then I told my parole officer, man, I can't piss with this dude staring at
Oh,
me
I know, right?
2 feet behind me, staring at my penis.
Right?
I can't piss. And so
can't
he
do
was
it
cool, and then within 2 weeks, he said, I'm going to ask for early. I said, give me an early release on this shit. I haven't heard from him since. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Minnesota, Ramsey County, go ahead and mail me back my 2 ounces of the best fucking weed in the country from 5 years ago, and my 1 ounce bag of Amanita muscaria, which you confiscated, which is a legal unclassified medicine. You got the money? I don't got cigarettes if you don't got money. No, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to stop being stingy. Listen, my brother. Who are you? What's your name? What's your name? What do we call you? What's your handle? Your nickname? You got all my colors on it. My royal colors. Blue and white and black. Hey, take my number down. I'm hiring agents for my hit squads.
Wolfpack Hill Squad?
No, the J42 Red Dragon Earth Liberation Front, EZLN, Minnesota People's Republic of North Korea. I need killers. I need psycho killers. Be well, my friend. Hey, look out for Dragon Squad, Dragon Force.
I wish I could just go up in that building and give them 2 of my cents.
Well, you know what? I went in to have a meeting. With Governor Dulce on a day when he was open for meetings. And I fucked it up by lighting a cigarette in the waiting room and ash it on the floor.
Oh, geez.
So Capitol Police just very
Sir,
very
come with
very
us.
nicely escorted me out, and the Capitol policeman he pulled me out to the smoking area, and he just quickly said, you just can't do that in there.
Someone said, fuck you, man. I'll smoke wherever
I was feeling too free, and I was going to put my cigarette out on the carpet and burn a hole in it.
Fuck your 200-year-old carpet.
Yeah.
I can't say I haven't done
Did
it.
you hear what happened with a couple years ago? They did a $33 million restoration on it.
On the building?
Yeah.
I saw it.
They uncovered all the original mosaics. And that whole building,
lot of them?
that building tells the story of how us Native Americans worked with all the Europeans
You know
to
what
build.
sucks?
Do you know what this nation is called? St. Paul is an autonomous zone.
Yeah.
It is the cathedral is called the International Shrine of St. Paul.
Yeah, it
Paul's
is.
my grandfather.
That's what really the name came from, because originally this was just called Pig's Eye.
Yeah.
Pig's Eye, Minnesota.
Yeah.
It was just a city where business could be done, and a lot of people don't know it. A lot of people who grow up here in the state have no idea that this state was one of the biggest producers of flour, beer, and mushrooms.
And have you heard the stories of the Civil War when the Minnesota 1st Regiment showed up?
Oh yes.
In the Battle of Gettysburg,
Yep.
the Union was being defeated. The Union was defeated
Oh yeah, we were fucked.
by the fucking Confederates.
The Confederacy
Fucked.
had we
And
should have lost that
the
war.
story is in the Capitol somewhere, and it goes like this. It was almost a miracle, but the Minnesota 1st Regiment showed up all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and won the war, won the Battle of Gettysburg for the
One of
Union.
my favorite Civil War stories, honestly.
Won the Civil War, the Minnesota 1st.
Gettysburg was the monumental battle too. Like, we got so murdered in it, but we may have lost that battle, but we won the fucking war.
You know what's preventing massive street gang warfare in the Twin Cities? The Minnesota National Guard.
Oh yeah, they're deployed.
They're
like
all
crazy.
over, and they're in disguise. They're in disguise.
There's one deployed up there right now.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, they're just guarding the building, but
Yep.
they don't really have a reason to anymore.
Why don't you and I, Austin, schedule a meeting with Governor Walz?
Should.
I think he would really like us. You know what? I'm actually cool with him. I like him.
He's
I
got
like
the
what
right
he's doing.
ideas. He's just really.
He's just
there's
held
other-
back.
there's
He's
other
held
people
back
who are-
by party politics.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
It's
held
not-
back by party politics.
Like when he first ran, he had the greatest ideas, but he hasn't been able to deliver on them because the fucking Senate won't let him.
Right.
They're like, nope, we can't do that.
You know
We
what
can do
that's
it.
like? That my mom is my representative payee for my Social Security disability funds, and she's withholding from me now.
What?
She's not letting me have any of my money. And
your
that's
money,
a federal
though.
that's a
Your
federal
money.
felony to withhold on a disabled person that causes that person duress. But you know what it
Same
does?
ice cream truck from the movie Borat.
It
Hell
makes
yeah.
me stronger. It makes me hustle. Hey, brother.
Wow.
Good run.
I know when they redid the Capitol, they took a lot of old artifacts, put them into the museum.
Yeah.
I'll say they uncovered a lot of cool shit, like you said. Like you can see it at the History Center now.
Really? This is awesome to be in my
History Center. I
hometown.
just pointed the whole wrong way. It's the History Center right over there.
Mhm.
But I love the museums in this city.
St.
I
Paul.
think St. Paul's
St.
the
Paul
most-
is a very incredibly. Listen, I put in the documents in the public record and opened up the Pleiadian portal, the extraterrestrial portal, the Arcturian portal, the reptilian portal to St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm a reptilian alien. Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in the entire history of the United Kingdom of Ireland, Scotland, Britain, and Wales, is my 13-year-old daughter. Yeah.
Wow.
She gave me the rights to move my whole team over to the Republic of Moldova and have our executive committee, which you'll be on, located in Transnistria. You know why?
Hold up.
Transnistria is one of the smuggling headquarters of the world.
Yeah, it is.
And I run the Silk Road.
Really?
I run the Silk Road. I invented the Silk Road. And the Silk Road is protected by my son, the Emperor of China. He's Abe. Abe is his
I used to
name.
read up on the old emperors. That's fun. That's fun stuff. There
Did you
she
s-
is.
By
I got a-
2049, China's coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end this. Thank you for watching. This has been a wonderful interview with Austin and Captain Starchild.
All right. I will just